soft, eerie music begins. Hey horror fans, welcome back. Today I've got a spine-chilling story to share about my creepy night shift at a haunted hotel. Buckle up because this one's going to leave you with goosebumps. Music shifts to suspenseful. Those days were far better when I didn't believe in ghosts. I had been looking for a job for a while, just any job to support my family. Then finally I got a job at a small hotel as a receptionist. However, it was only for night shifts. Even though I didn't want to do night shifts, I accepted the job since I had no other option. Working the night shift at a small hotel can be tough. Sometimes you deal with difficult customers, but mostly it's just boring. You sit in front of a laptop trying to stay awake, pretending to be busy. The best part of my shift was when some family checked in around 4 or 5 a.m., bringing a momentary smile to my face. But then silence and weariness would creep back in. As the night deepened and the hotel grew quieter, a weird fear would take over me. It felt like someone or something was watching me through the darkness. And let me tell you, that feeling was very real, but music becomes ominous. The hotel lobby was well lit, but outside it was pitch dark and silent. I was alone with no co-workers to talk to, making this job even more depressing. There was something sinister about this place. The hotel's design didn't help either. A large glass entrance door, which I kept locked, led to a common area with a sofa and a coffee table. On the right was the breakfast area, and on the left the poorly lit swimming pool area. I kept the main door closed at all times, only opening it when customers rang the bell. It was my third or fourth night on the job, around 3 or 4 a.m. My eyes were heavy, and I kept feeling drowsy. Suddenly I fell into a deep sleep. That's when someone rang the doorbell. I woke up instantly, ran to the door, but there was no one outside. I thought someone might have left after waiting. I made myself a strong cup of coffee, determined to stay awake. Then the doorbell rang again. I sprinted to the door, but again there was no one there. I looked around, wondering who could it be. There was no chance of someone playing a prank on me. After a week, I got used to staying up all night. My manager was happy with my performance and gave me good feedback. But instead of a bonus, he added more responsibilities, including cleaning the poorly lit swimming pool area. The biggest room in the whole hotel, with such poor lighting, made the place even creepier. Hi everyone, hope you enjoyed the story. This was the first part of Creepy Night Shift at a haunted hotel. With my dad, I ignored the text and continued walking. I kept looking back to see if the car would move when he got to an intersection in the road. I turned right and then, full-on booked it in the direction of campus. Surprisingly, I wasn't followed. I made it back to campus, out of breath, and started walking to my dorm building. I felt like I heard footsteps following me, though. I thought maybe I was being paranoid. I got another text from that man, and it was shocking. It said, "You're a little piece of... You're lucky you got away. I would have strangled your ugly ass." I still have the screenshot. I replied saying, "Thanks for the threat. It's going straight to the police," and I blocked his number. I still have the conversation saved as evidence, and I plan on going to the police with it eventually. Hopefully they are able to do something about it. When I was 18, I had a side job as a part-time janitor at my high school over the summer. I would work sometimes days and sometimes nights, anywhere from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m., depending on how much money I needed. Oftentimes I grabbed a stack of 6 chairs and started carrying it down to the basement. The lights in the storage room were very dim. They kind of sucked. The whole basement of that school wasn't exactly pretty. It felt more like a basement to a warehouse. Anyway, there were what appeared to be a bunch of art mannequins covered by paint cloths, those big things that look like blankets. It seemed all the school's art supplies were stored down here. I dropped the stack of chairs down where the rest of the chairs were stored and went back up to the gym to get more. When I came back down with more chairs, I noticed one of the mannequins was exposed now. The blanket was removed from on top of it. I know for sure it was covered minutes earlier because it was one of the front ones. I texted Tom saying, "I think someone's down in the basement." He said back, "What do you mean?" And I said one of the art cloths were moved. He took a minute to respond, saying no one else should be there, and I noticed something. The art cloth tucked in the corner of the storage room, sitting outside of the light that was produced at the center of the room. It was covering something, surely. I started to tiptoe over to it. When I was a few feet away from it, I realized whatever was under that cloth, it was moving just ever so slightly. There was undoubtedly someone hiding under there. I ran back upstairs and locked the basement door. I texted Tom saying someone is hiding under a cloth in the basement. He said call the cops, but I insisted he just come back since he only just left like 10 minutes ago. He didn't want to come back, though. He told me to be a man and confront whoever was down there, so I went back to the basement again. However, the cloth was now strewn flat on the floor, and whoever was hiding under there was gone. But possibly the scariest thing was yet to happen. As I stood in the storage room, there were loud metallic thumps coming from above my head. I looked up and saw indents slowly forming in the large air vents above me. Someone was crawling through the main duct, then just stopped literally above me. And then bangs, like whoever was in there was trying to break open the floor of the air vents. I didn't know what was happening, but I was officially done with this. I ran up the stairs, locked up the school and went home. I told Tom the partial truth the next day, that I thought I saw someone in the corner and it was gone when I went back. And I claimed there was nothing else I could say. They got it. It was my last week there, so it wasn't my concern anymore. I'll be uploading the second part very soon, so stay tuned. If you want early access, check out my Patreon. Link in the description below. Don't forget to share and help me grow my channel.